Its breathing was shallow and uneven, one eye half open, watching him with something that was not fear and not trust. Something older. He almost walked away. People in the nearby villages spoke about beasts in these woods. The man was not a hero. He was a laborer who lived alone and survived on routine. But the creature tried to stand and failed. That was enough. He dragged it back to his cabin using a torn sheet as a sling. The weight nearly broke him. The smell was worse than rot. It carried something metallic and cold. The creature ate slowly at first, then with growing strength. It never attacked, never growled. At night, he heard it move, not restlessly, deliberately, as if mapping every corner of the room, every sound, every weakness. No breathing, no movement. He reached for the axe and sat up. It stood taller than any wolf he had seen, its eyes clear and sharp. Not animal, not human. It did not attack. It turned and walked to the door, paused, looked back once. Then it was gone. The man did not follow. Nothing, no sign that anything had ever been there. He told no one. Weeks passed. Life returned to routine. Work, silence, isolation. Yet something had shifted. The forest no longer felt indifferent. Then the soldiers arrived. They wore dark uniforms marked with a crest he had never seen. Horses restless beneath them. Had anything unusual happened? The creature they hunted was not a beast. It was property. Valuable. Dangerous. Missing. Belonged to the Baroness. The name carried weight even without context. Authority. Distance. Power. The soldiers left a warning. If the creature returned, he was to report it. Immediately. They would know if he lied. Days turned into tension. He replayed the moment the creature had stood at his bed, sitting outside the cabin at dusk, watching. The man stepped out slowly. The creature did not move, close enough that he could see the detail in its eyes. Intelligence. Memory. Something that understood consequence. He felt it then, not fear. Understanding. This was not an accident, not a random encounter, allowed itself to be saved. He reached out. It did not flinch. His hand touched its fur. Warm, solid, real. In that moment, the forest went silent. Not natural silence. Something forced. The man followed its gaze. Soldiers, more than before, surrounding the clearing. Weapons drawn, movements precise. At their center stood a woman, the Baroness, control that bent everything around it. Only calculation. The soldiers advanced. The creature stepped in front of the man. Not aggressive, protective. The Baroness raised a hand, each step deliberate, measured, absolute authority. She spoke one word, a name. The creature reacted, not sweet. Fear with recognition, something deeper. The man felt something break in the space between them, looked back at him. That same look from the first night. Not fear, not trust. Choice. The Baroness waited. No command, no force, just expectation. Walked the remaining distance. Stood beside her. Owned. But not broken. The Baroness studied the man for a long moment. Then she spoke, something that should not have ended. Most would have died. He did not. She did not decide which. The creature remained still at her side. The man stood alone again. The routine returned. Work, silence, isolation. But the understanding stayed. Survival was not strength. It was demean. It was restraint. It was knowing when not to act, not out of gratitude, out of recognition. That was enough.